welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley. With me, we have the CAO of the City of Morgan City. We have Jennings-Salazar Jr. Now, this is actually kind of like my first time actually doing an on-air interview with you, but most of you may know him as an entrepreneur, but now he's kind of changed hats here, and you are now in the government sector. It hasn't even been 100 days since you've been on the job, and during this cold weather snap we had, you found yourself underneath homes, turning off water. Tell us what your thoughts are being in this position.
Yes, it's been interesting. Obviously, we just went through a 100-year freeze, it seems like, and it was very interesting. And 100 days, I think we got 45 days. So
That's right.
We're not even halfway there, 100.
Yeah.
So it's been very interesting. Government obviously is a lot different. We got a great group of employees. The city employees do care about the city, and I thank them for all they did throughout this freeze and all they do every day.
Yeah. And I just want to take that opportunity because we were out there talking to Mayor Lee Dragna, and in the background you saw some of the city employees, and we learned that many of whom have been working 18 to 20 hours. I mean, that's a lot. I'm going to let you know, I need my sleep, so give me my 8. Lately I've been getting 6 and 5, so I understand having 8 hours. It's just so needed, and just want to say hats off to the city employees, just on our behalf. So.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That particular group was probably working on 2 to 3 hours of sleep in a matter of 6 to 7 days. And I mean, I was watching them; they were literally underwater in 26-degree weather, fixing a water line. So, yes. And
before we move on, just very quickly, because there's actually just one other thing we really want to talk about to get out to the public. You know, for those folks saying, what is a CAO? Exactly are your duties?
Well, I'm second in charge of the mayor. I'm in charge over all the department heads. But like I tell everybody, I'm just a team of the city. I'm just a team leader of the city. We're all on the same team. We just want to leave the place a little better than we found it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of being a team, so we're going right into why we're here. We're talking about Operation Beautification. It's actually phase 1. You may have been seeing this floating around social media, particularly our Facebook page, KWBJ, but also the city's page, and also word of mouth. Sometimes living in a small town, things move a lot faster than social media. As you see, it's Saturday, February 27th. It was actually postponed because of the cold weather we had, and so we pretty much had to, move it to another date. And now here we are, we're coming up on the event, and I think this was something that was actually addressed during the debate. We haven't really had a Clean a City contest or been involved in one in a number of years. This is kind of like, again, within your 100 days, right. Why now?
It's been, I mean, obviously there's trash all over the city, and a friend of mine texted me when we both was at home on COVID leave for a little while, and he said, we got a litter problem. I said, no, we don't have a litter problem, we have a pride problem. Let's get that pride back to Morgan City. He said, I'll help you, let's go. So we put together this thing. I talked to Beth with Main Street. She was all ready to go. I talked to everybody with the city, the mayor and Dwayne with rec department. Everybody was excited. Let's put this together, and obviously it grew. Cold weather, the freeze stopped us the first time.
Right.
We got, she printed up some T-shirts to safety yellow, to kind of for safety wise, because we're gonna have kids and everybody out there in the streets, so we don't want to.
Yeah, and one thing I just want to mention that you actually are doing something that I guess what I'm trying to say is you can. Volunteer. I'm kind of getting lost here. So you can volunteer, and I think also too, it's something different that you haven't done. You're actually working with the public. That's what I wanted to say, because when we had the Clean a City contest, we actually had people, just other organizations that, like you had the Garden Club. So it was kind of like, these are the people are going to come out. What's different, I believe, is that you're calling on the public. You're calling your neighbors, you're calling on just individuals to come out and participate, because, hey, we all live here. So it's not just incumbent upon people like Keep St. Mary Beautiful or the Garden Club. It's on you, business owners, and, people like that who are responsible to do this. And so you want people to get involved. It's from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Again, that's Saturday, February 27th. Again, it's Operation Beautification, the phase 1. So when we say phase 1, what do we mean about, is there going to be like a phase 2?
Yes, we was obviously phase one is trash. Phase two, we're going to look at, we got a bunch of parks and flower beds all throughout the city. A group of people just go, just brighten up our welcome signs and the different flower beds and parks just around City Hall. We got a bunch of beautiful parks throughout the city: Lawrence Park, Cypress Park, the Lake End Park.
Right. Well, I can't wait because I'm actually going to be out there myself. Yes. And I really just want to know, are you going to have grabbers and all? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Because I'm excited to kind of get out there with the grabbers, the garbage bags. And I think you got to make it fun. No one really likes to clean up, right? But we'll try to definitely clean up. So come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast on KWBJ TV 22. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley. With me, we have Jennings-Salazar Jr., who's the CAO of the City of Morgan City, and we're talking about Operation Beautification. It's phase one, which means there's likely to be a phase two. Exactly how often are we going to be looking at this kind of trash bash operation?
I mean, we're going to, as needed, but I would like to see it quarterly, or, a few times a year. If we need to do more and we got the volunteers want to help, we'll do it as often as we can, as long as the volunteers want to come out and help our city.
Yeah. Now speaking of volunteers, who exactly are you calling? I did say for the public, have you talked to any other organizations that are willing to come out?
We have a group of Boy Scouts coming. They was excited to come last time, and they was upset that we canceled. They ready to come back this time. Keep St. Mary beautiful as well. They'll be there. Yeah. And just we called on the schools. I'm sure they're gonna send out some kids. I know Mr. Tim said that he was gonna let some clubs know at Margaret City High School to so. Okay,
sounds good. And then we're also gonna have fish dinners. Now, if they mention food, now that's a little bit of an incentive, which is good. So you can come out. The mayor himself will be responsible for the fish dinners, right?
Yes, ma'am. The mayor will be out there feeding everybody after. He's probably gonna do fried fish and French fries. So
sounds good to me. Now, there's a meet point. Where do we meet?
We'll meet at 8 o'clock in the auditorium parking lot. We'll have gloves and trash bags and grabbers, but if you got one, if you got a grabber and some gloves, bring it just in case, but we should have enough for everybody. Wear your work clothes, don't come dressed up.
That's right.
Probably if you got some rubber boots, possibly rubber boots, because it is wet outside.
That's it.
I mean, it's so.
Yep, sounds good. Now, you're pretty optimistic. I asked earlier, I said, so how many people do you expect to come out? Now, there is a Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, check it out. It's called Operation Beautification. The numbers have definitely shot up when it was posted. Yes. So many people jumped on it. But what are your numbers? What were you anticipating?
I would love to see 50, 60 people out there. Before, the last time, we got 100 shirts. I hope we run out of shirts.
Right, because your numbers were a little inflated, right?
Yeah, definitely.
They were you were more like 100, but 50 would be great.
The first time I was thinking, oh, we're gonna get 120 something people out here. But
hey,
like I said, I want to run out of shirts. First come, first serve. We're gonna have 100 T-shirts to give out.
That's good. I love the optimism. And in addition to, cleaning up litter, what do you do with some of, and I'm on the Keep St. Mary Beautiful board, so I would love to see recycling. I know we have a recycling bin. Are there any future plans? What are your thoughts about that?
I would love to see more of that, and the younger generation they want to recycle. I think we can do this. We can put a program together. We do have a recycling bin right outside y'all studio, and it does get used. I pass there every day, and it gets picked up once a week, and it's pretty good. It's a good little program they got there. I would like to see more, You can put in plastics and paper in there.
Okay. Well, also, let's talk about what are some of the targeted areas. I will tell you, you go to any social media platform and folks are saying, I don't like around the bridge area, but that's also a DOTD thing, right?
Right.
So, but what are the areas we can actually affect?
Well, it is that, but the down ramp right there by, obviously we can't get on the highway, but like say between Shoney's and Hampton and behind the field, behind McDonald's, that's, people see that. That's a real bad area. That's a target spot. Along Railroad Avenue, you can see along the track, you can see that there's a lot of debris. Fig Street and Veterans Boulevard, kind of thinking of like entrance points to the city. Depending on how many people we get, if we can send out, if we could do the whole city in one day, that would be wonderful. If we get, you know, if we'll break up into teams. The down ramp along Martin Luther King has a little bit of, you know, so if we send a team there too. So
and let's go to Railroad Avenue.
Yep, Railroad. Yep.
So pretty much those areas that we really see that are just
right.
you know, where people just throw things out, or it comes out the back of someone's truck.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
and just and obviously we're just working on public places. We're not going to pick up in people's yard, private properties, but hopefully it kind of dominoes and they see us doing it and people clean their yard up a little bit, not, you know, just help us out a little bit.
Yep, and we're going to go right again to show you exactly. It's Saturday, February 27th, just 4 hours. That time's going to fly by very quickly. And then once you're done, come on out for a fish fry. Our very own mayor is going to be, you know, out there serving the folks. So sounds good. And also our CAO will be out there with us.
We will be out there. Hope to see everybody there.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Don't let this be the last time you come out to see me. And we're going to take another break, but come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. And welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Foley. With me, we have somebody you've seen all the time. I mean, you're becoming kind of a regular here, but we don't mind. This is Allise Jennings-Salazar. She is now the Community Outreach Coordinator with the City of Patterson. So first and foremost, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Yes,
Thank
I mean,
you so
this is
much.
like kind of like, I don't want to, not being rude, but right up your alley, pretty
Right
much.
up my
I mean,
alley, yes.
you've done this so much,
Yes.
so now you just get paid to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
that's not bad at all. That's why I say when you have a job you love to do, is it really a job? Right? It's
Right.
really, it's just something you love to do.
it.
So first,
And
tell
it
me, how do
comes
you feel
natural.
about it?
Oh, I love it. It's like you said, it's just a title for me. All my life, all I ever wanted to do was help people. And so Mayor called me in one day and he said, I think I got something for you. And I said, okay, sir. Mayor Grogan, that is, City of Patterson. And I said, okay, sir. And when I seen the name, I was like, you know what? That do look good. That do. You know, not to toot my own horn because it's never nothing about me, but I love to help. Not only the City of Patterson, if I can help anybody. I'm just like Dr. King once said, then my living will not be in vain.
Awesome. That's it. And I hope somebody takes a lesson from that. So
Yes.
let's talk about this stuff, the truck. We've been stuffing the bus. Now we are stuffing a truck. But this is actually kind of like your second time doing something similar. So tell us about it.
Yes, this is my second time. The last time, I cannot remember the city, but they had a hurricane in the state of Texas, and we went to Patterson Civic Center, and we did stuff the 18-wheeler. But this time it's stuffed the bus, and it's with water. It'll be this Saturday in Place Norman Shopping Center. It will begin at 7:30. We will continue to 11:30, and then my drivers will leave for Beaumont, Texas.
Now, you know, in Louisiana, we love our food, and if we could feed, you know, feed the neighborhood, feed our families, whoever, we would do it. But this is actually feeding, or giving rather, water.
Giving water.
Just water only.
Right.
Okay.
Giving water only. I spoke to a pastor, and he said that the shelves were completely depleted, so there is a need. And I said, okay, God, let me see how I'm going to do this, and gave it to me, and the water is coming in. Can't even keep up with the donations. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
You know, and let's just kind of, you know, digress a little bit. This could have been us.
Could easily.
You know?
Tomorrow it could well be.
Yeah.
I mean, we always say that only happens in this place, or that only happens to those people. No, it could be us, and it could be us tomorrow. It may not be with a hurricane or a freeze, but it could be something else. Something could catch a fire, just anything. So I always place myself in another person's position and try and hope and pray that we could do a domino effect, that something we do good, somebody else would do good for us.
And with that said, you know, I set it up. With that said, you are looking for volunteers on the day of the actual Stuff the Truck event.
Oh yes, let me tell you. And at first we was trying to pick up 500 cases of water. We've already done that. We've already shipped water, thanks to Mr. Darwin Duet and G&J. We've already shipped to a city in Texas. So we do need the manpower because we know it's going to come in like a flood. The donations have come in. I have a person collecting through Cash App. Tina Johnson is collecting through Cash App. We have so much water just already ready to be loaded up and shipped. Yes, we need help. We need some willing hands. And even if you can't pick up on something, if you just want to come and help us and take names or just tell the people, thank you for bringing the water, anything. If you just want to come and say a prayer for us, you are welcome.
Now, you mentioned about elderly. A lot of times they'll have it in their trunks. They can't pick it up.
Right.
So you will have the volunteers there. They can just drive up,
right,
and they'll be able to pick it up out of the trunk, out of the vehicle, and then start loading.
Yes, I reached out to Coach Warrell Spain from Patterson High boys basketball team, and without hesitation, he said they will be there. I need some strong men. So we have them, but it's always good to have more.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, of course, this is all going to take place at Place Norman or Place Norman Shopping Center in Patterson.
Yes,
starting at 7:30 in the morning on a
Correct.
Saturday, and it's going to continue till 11:30. But that doesn't stop there. You're going to have to. You're taking it out of vehicles, and then you're going to start packing it. So
putting it on pallets, wrapping it up, and then when it's all over, said and done, we have to strap it down because we're going from here to Beaumont. So we have to make sure it's all secure. Okay. So it's a job. We need some workers. If you don't catch job A, you can catch job B.
Yes, and look, we're going to talk about what job B is because there's some things you actually still are in need of. So come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast. I'm your host, Danica Foley. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I am your host, Danica Foley. With me, we have Allise Jennings-Salazar, who is the Community Outreach Coordinator with the City of Patterson. And they are stuffing the truck, and you too can also be a part of it and volunteer. Now, let me tell you something. It is just an added incentive. People love to eat. So when you say, I'm going to feed you, they'll come out again. So you will have food,
I will have food. I don't know what it's going to be, but they will be fed with something cold to drink. All right. My helpers will be fed.
Okay, good. So that means hopefully you're going to have just an abundance of help on Saturday.
Abundance of help for the abundance of water, because I'm trusting it's going to be a surplus.
That's right. Now, you have already started collecting, and I'm like, girl, you should have brought that to the station, but you decided to start collecting at your home. Yes. And you're saying it's just hard to walk through right now.
It's hard to walk through right now. I have to tiptoe. My little sister is so funny. My little sister said, if you keep collecting, then there'll be no water in Patterson. You're going to ship it all up to Texas. Right. So, yes, ma'am.
So you've kind of had to stop, collections and decide to tell people come on Saturday.
Just come on Saturday.
Yes. So, of course, you can drive up. It's going to be really easy. You have it already packed in your vehicle. They'll have volunteers there to take it out of your vehicle. You don't even have to get out of your car. It's going to be going on for 4 hours. So, look, there's no excuse. Get it on Friday if you have to, and then roll on through on Saturday and come on out. And look, if you have nothing else to do, I tell people volunteer your time.
That's right.
I mean, if you're not doing anything with yourself, bring your kids out there, but please be safe. There will be masking, right?
There will be masking.
Social distancing. So
yes.
At this point, we were talking, we said, you gotta keep life has to continue.
It has to.
We can't let this pandemic shut us down.
That's right.
I mean, and look what's going on in Texas right now. I mean, that could have been us, but we are definitely dealing with, I think a lot of people still dealing with busted pipes. Right. But we could be dealing with no home.
Okay.
Not a place to stay, not a place to put your head. So look, let me get off my soapbox. I do this every now and then on the Voice of the Coast.
That's the truth.
So look, call Allise Jennings-Salazar. Her number is up on the screen. You can also hit up on Facebook. I know you're like, Danica, my inbox is inundated, but that is okay. You're doing a great job. Yes. Also, you also have a really good sponsor. Tell us what they're doing.
I have Stephanie Hartman, who called the other day, and she said, hey, I want to help. I was, what kind of help? You want to buy some water? No, we really want to help. So Stephanie Hartman has gathered the Hartman family of Patterson, and they are paying the diesel to and fro for our drivers.
Oh my.
Yes.
And have y'all seen those gas prices or diesel?
Yes, and that's what it is, diesel.
Yes. That's awesome. So and I know that anytime people work together, you can get a lot done.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes, ma'am.
And speaking of drivers, I mean, tell me a little bit about your driver. I mean, this is something they signed up to volunteer to do. They didn't know that they were going to be paid for this.
Well, Darwin DeWitt, like I said, he already shipped to Port Arthur, Texas. I asked him what was his fee. He said, I do not want to be paid. Well, we contacted someone else, which is Darwin's friend, Jarman James. He also do not want to be paid, just want his diesel, and that's what we're going to do. So I have 2 drivers as of right now. I also have my brother-in-law, Frank Singleton.
Okay.
He's going to drive one of the vehicles. So we have an abundance of driver pallets.
Oh, awesome.
We're just in need of some straps.
That's it.
And some ratchets.
Yeah.
We need some straps and some ratchets.
That was the plan B we were going to talk
Yeah,
about.
that's
That's what you need. The plan B was you needed straps and ratchets, right?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I guess truck drivers know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Because when they told me, I said, okay, I'll make sure to mention it.
Right, right.
Yes.
So did we mention where in Texas you're going to be sending this? Because you mentioned Port Arthur, but it's going to be going to
Beaumont.
Okay.
We're going to do Beaumont, Texas.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. We contacted. We have a person from Morgan City, and that's who we're going to go through.
Okay.
T. Ruffin. He's at Antioch Church in Beaumont.
Awesome. All right. Well, as always, it is a pleasure to have you here.
Always a
come
pleasure
back
to come.
anytime.
Thank you.
Yes, and of course, I hope you guys get involved, do something this Saturday, and make a difference. That is all the time we have. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to tune in. KWBJ, the voice of the coast.